What is your magnetism? Where are you not shining? Where are you staying dull and not accepting and owning your gifts? I'm Alex Iglesias. This is Wake Up Epic. And in Wake Up Epic, what we do is break down key themes into specific movement patterns and activation statements so that you can understand them for yourself. There's nothing to believe, there's just an exploration to have in your own epicness. The 15th hexagram, according to the gene keys, has the shadow of dullness and the gift of magnetism. In human design, this has a lot to do with rhythm. So specifically, the gate of extremes is an energy that expresses itself through extreme rhythms, whether it's your personal cycle with respect to times that you eat or get up and go to sleep, or something else. The gate of extremes will demand a change from a repetitive cycle after a while. So we've got magnetism, we've got rhythm, and we've got the specific hexagram. What is the embodied story if we just look at the hexagram? Well, the top of the hexagram, yin, 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 is sponge in UZAZU. So we step back, we go down, we shift in. Sponge is a space of inner experience. So as we go through this, do these movements with me. If there's words that I say that activate you in some way, I encourage you to repeat them, say them to yourselves, as if you're dropping a pebble into a calm lake and you want to see what the ripples are inside your own body-mind experience. If you can see those ripples, you can start to accept and work with them. Sometimes they are something to let go of, sometimes there's something to choose and become aware of. So these are phenomenal experiences. Sponge. The bottom of the trigram, or the bottom trigram of the hexagram, is yin, yin, yang. We go back, down, and wide. And back, down, and wide is cradle in UZAZU. Cradle is a space, a mind-body state of unconditional positive regard. Do you love yourself unconditionally? Now, if you don't, then how do you know if you do? Well, is there any earning or deserving running the show for you? So I don't deserve gifts. I don't deserve love. I don't deserve money yet. I don't deserve attention. But if we really go all the way into these conditions, what I've experienced is it starts to get very meta on itself. I don't deserve money until I make money. I don't deserve love until I experience love and I prove that I'm lovable. It starts to be a very Ouroboros, eating its own tail kind of experience. It's non-rational, doesn't make any cognitive sense, but in your body, in your system, you can start to unravel it. So unconditional positive regard is a very, very powerful place to work. And so the 15th hexagram, magnetism, is suggesting that a place of deep inner experience and a place of deep unconditional self-regard. If we put those two together, what comes out? If you water this particular garden, what fruit, what flowers will flower? So we're going to do 4 movements, cycles for a minute and a half with an activation statement for sponge, cradle, sponge, cradle. I'll walk you through it. And then the 5th round will be pure silence, just to notice what's emerging for you in this space. And we'll finish with distilling this into a few words, a message, so to speak, that you can take away with you, because this work is transformational in the sense that you are transforming your inner experience to have more alignment, to have more ease, and specifically to be who you are with these gifts of magnetism. Are you ready? Here we go. We start with sponge by shifting back, down, and in. Take a breath and settle into your own inner experience. And then shift into cradle. And have a sense of the space you are protecting and holding. And then shift back into sponge. And with your own timing now, go back and forth between the two. Sponge and cradle. And repeat these words. I can let go of my stories and be directly present with my feelings. I can let go of stories and be present with my feelings. Now, there's no wrong way to do these movements. And I encourage you to move slowly enough that if you feel a glitch or a resistance, you pause, listen in, and when it feels like it expands on its own, you continue the cycle. The next statement. I can notice which feelings are needing my attention. I can notice which feelings are most needing my attention. Remember that the human design idea here is about rhythm and timing and extremes. So what timing, what rhythms can you flow with when you're present with your feelings? The third statement, I can feel safe feeling my most difficult and unpleasant emotions. I can feel safe feeling my most unpleasant, difficult emotions. What unpleasant and difficult emotions has it not been safe to be with? How does the wild woman accept and embrace all ranges of feelings? Fourth, final statement here. I can be compassionate toward the feelings that need my attention. I can be compassionate toward the feelings that most need my attention. In sponge, we have the feeling. In cradle, we have the compassion. Bring one arm to center to anchor the sponge. Help you remember you're inside the experience. And one arm outside to help you anchor the space to reflect and to hold space and to have compassion for these feelings. In our last round here, hold the both. This is the posture, the movement for this hexagram. We had the flow, now you've got the posture. Be with the both of these. Find the natural synergy and notice whatever it is you notice. You can't do this wrong. What rhythms are you aware of? What emotions are you compassionate for? What magnetism is possible? Gently open your eyes and stay present to your experience. We're about to exit these movements. And when we exit a practice, we're ending the practice. You're getting to be you with access to all these themes and energies and remembrances. So on 3, 1, 2, 3. Release it, let it go, shake it out. What have you learned about this wild woman archetype with extremes and timing and magnetism? See if there's something you want to speak or write or create. You just had an experience. What's the story? What's your unique insight? Now's a great time to take a few moments to journal, to write, to draw something, to dance, to express something into form. For me, one of the things I brought in at the end was making this cradle smaller and smaller, like a hug of the inner experience, bringing that compassion. How many of us have something hard to be with that we don't want to share? It's scary to receive it. We don't think we deserve the love, the attention, the help. Deserving, for me, has continually shown up in the 15 as a really important and powerful theme. And maybe it's just me, but there's something about, if I don't believe I deserve, then I'm going to be doing dullness instead of magnetism. And as a condition, that's a major problem. That's a big problem. How can you be magnetic and attract the connection, the attention, the approval, the acceptance of others when you don't think you deserve that? And so then you hide that. And so wherever those feelings are, wherever you are in the range and the roller coaster and the extremes of it, making a space to feel it and making this cocoon compassion hug small enough that you feel held is a wonderful, wonderful experience and can change a lot in a short amount of time. I'm pretty sure you have some lessons. You've got something to teach, having had the experience that you had. So teach it, comment below, share it on social media, bring it into the work that you do in your art. I'm Alex Iglesia, and this has been a Wake Up Epic. The last thing I want to share is be aware that over the coming hours and days, you've woken something up. And so you're going to be learning about magnetism and being a wild woman and extremes and deserving and a lot of other things. So pay attention and acknowledge when these things show up. Pause, embrace them, let transformation happen to you and for you. So thank you for being epic. Thanks for participating, and I'll see you in the next episode.